In order to purchase from a supplier in Lizzy, we need to set up the contact record to let Lizzy know that they actually are a supplier. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to locate the customer record, or the record in Lizzy. So you're just going to use locate contact, find the supplier that you're interested in setting up. The first thing we want to do is edit the contact type here, and we're going to select that they are a supplier. Once you select that, you hit the save button, and you're going to end up with another link here that you can click to set up the defaults for that particular supplier. So we're just going to click that. And there's a couple things here at the top that are important. If you buy parts for this from this particular supplier, then we want to make sure that we have the inventory supplier checkbox checked. If we buy serialized units, whole goods, then we want to make sure we have this one checked. If they're a 1099 supplier, then we're going to make sure we have this checkbox checked. So one of these three, at least one of these three, needs to be checked in all situations. The next thing we have here is whether we want to export the purchase order using a specific interface that we may have. So in the event that the vendor or the supplier actually has a way to upload an order, maybe to a website or through some other electronic means, you have the ability to select the specific export type here in this box. If you don't see the option that you're looking for in this drop list, and there's a lot of different things in here, if you don't see the specific one that you're looking for, then you need to contact us, and we'll look into either adding another one or telling you which one you should be using in that particular situation. Now, the other things that we have here are the maximum number of items that we want to have on an order, the maximum order amount before we get discounts, so that the system can alert us that we may be under that amount. And then we have auto refinance purchase orders. Now, where this comes in is if you buy parts from this particular supplier, but you actually pay the bank, for example, then you want to set this up so that when the parts order is received, it actually creates a purchase order to the bank. Same thing for unit purchase orders. If you buy from them, but you actually pay Honda Finance instead of Honda, the vendor or supplier, then you want to make sure that you set this. Now, it is not required that either of these are set. You can manually refinance purchase orders in the purchasing section. So you'll learn how to do that in a later video. But right now, if you want to actually force this thing so that anytime we receive a unit purchase order, it just automatically refinances it so that it pays off that purchase order, the original order, and then refinances it to the actual vendor of choice, then these are the two options that you would want to set to do that. We have messages that you can add, and this is more for the web store if you're using a Lizzy cart. And then average time to drop ship. This kind of, if you're going to drop ship to the customer, how many days does it usually take for that to take place? We've got due dates set up that you can set your due dates. You've also got supplier account numbers, and this is per location if you have multiple locations. Your manufacturer prefix, if there is one. Supplier locations. If you have multiple locations, you can specify which locations this particular supplier is available in, so that you don't have orders getting placed, in Alabama if you can't buy from this supplier in that location. And then you've got your default accounts. So we've got our purchasing account, rebate, holdback, warranty, and refund account. So you're just going to set these up the way that you want them set for that particular supplier. Once you have that information supplied, then the next step is going to be actually placing orders, which we're going to get to in some subsequent videos.